Okay, we're on our way to Boston to see the ABS-CBN movie production, My Love Will Make You Disappear. And we had to go to Boston because it was the easternmost point the movie was playing at. So we really had no other option except to travel to Boston to see the movie. So we're very excited to see it. And so yeah, that's why we're on our way to Boston to the AMC movie theater, which was a very large multi-level theater right on the Boston Common, a pretty cool location. I'm sure we'll be going back there again sometime soon. So that's the reason behind the video, and we'll talk more about it in just a few moments. Okay, so this is us entering into the Maine tunnel under the city of Boston, and this was built back in the early 2000s. I want to say it was finished in 2003. Famously known as the Big Dig, this highway, Interstate 95, used to run above ground right through the heart of the city. But then after the Big Dig, it's below the city, below ground. And as you can see, the traffic was somewhat busy for a Saturday. We got off on exit 16A. And because we were underground, we use Siri in the city. I mean, I pride myself on my cognitive map, but I don't, I get lost pretty quickly in Boston. I mean, I know how to get around pretty well, but, we were driving to our hotel and I don't know the city that well where I just know where to go. So Siri is very helpful. So yeah, we were stuck in traffic just for a few minutes, having an out-of-state plate. I think we got tooted at. The person behind us tooted at us once or twice, maybe. But it's always, it's interesting. You're always a target with an out-of-state plate, and so we had to deal with that a little bit. But again, overall, it wasn't bad. And my wife pointed out that the tile on the right is colored brown. And so if we were in a tunnel that was underwater, we would see light blue tile, which is a reflection of that portion of the tunnel being underwater. But because we were underground, the tile was brown, just to match soil, if you will. So I thought that was kind of a cool insight. Never really thought about that before. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So we were getting close to finally exiting the tunnel and getting closer to our hotel. Okay, so this is the view right outside our hotel. We were staying in the theater district of Boston, and we've made numerous trips to Boston over the years. Ever since my son was a little guy, we took him to the Science Museum. We've done the Freedom Trail walk and a lot of the cliche stuff. We've been to Harvard, we've been to MIT. We've taken the T numerous times, just like a lot of families here in New England. And this was actually our first trip where we didn't actually ride the T because we were staying so close to Boston Common. Here's one of the oldest cemeteries in the nation, literally. Some of the graves go back to 1600. We decided to grab a meal before the movie, before My Love Will Make You Disappear. So this is us walking. As you can see, we're right near Government Center. Again, didn't have to take the T, so we just were in walking distance. A pretty cool building. This is us closer to Faneuil Hall. We love getting food at Faneuil Hall. There's different stalls, different foods. So this is us inside Faneuil Hall. We met a really nice gentleman from Dallas, Texas, actually. The seating's pretty tight in there. This gentleman was sitting by himself, so I just asked him if I could sit with him. Had a great conversation. Hey, hi guys. This is our brief overview of the movie. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Frank, what did you like about it? What did you like about the movie?
I liked the views of the Esplanade. Views of the Pasig River. That was a big part of the scenes. And I also liked the community, the Tahanan homes where the characters live, Sari and Jolo, the two main characters. And I also liked, I liked that they showed some supernatural deities, which are common in the Philippines. So it was kind of interesting to see that. To me, that was sort of, anthropological. What about you, Raj? What did you like?
Yeah. I like that the movie touches all aspects of emotions. Like I get scared for Sari, mad, hurt, hopeful, happy, and killing all throughout almost all part of the movie.
Nice.
And then that it shows the normal family Filipino way of life. Like you work hard, you hang out with your friends or coworkers after work, and then you chat with your neighbors.
Right.
So what was the best part for you, Frank?
Well, I just wanted to touch some of the other things that I liked about it first. Like, I did like that it was a love story, and I liked that the two main characters, that Sari, the woman, and Jolo, the man. They were both kind of feeling down at this point in their lives,
Mhm.
and but they came together and found love in each with each other.
Right.
Kind of like what you said. I like the characters in the Tahanan. You know, these were everyday, people that you would see in your local barangay, right?
Right.
So I really like that. I also like that it was kind of a low budget movie.
Mhm.
It was very low budget, with KIMPAU, two very high budget stars. So I liked that they embraced the script and really went for it. And I want to give a special shout out to Wilma Doesn't, because I saw her on a Richard Gomez YouTube video where he was touring her resto in Tagaytay. So that was my first exposure to Wilma. And then boom, there she was on screen. I was not expecting that. So that was kind of fun for me.
Mhm.
Um, what about you, Raj? What were some of your last thoughts on it?
I don't know. Just I think the best part for me is the gusto scene of Sari, where she's like, "I want to have this, and I want to have bleep." So yeah, I think it's for like 30 plus year old women, like if it's like a common thing that you'd like to have.
Right, like a family, a
Exactly.
partner, maybe
Yeah.
children, right?
Yeah.
Like no, I agree. And to me, that was the best part as well. I could feel myself getting emotional during that
Mm,
scene because she was drinking and she pretty much spilled her guts to Jolo. She was very uninhibited,
right.
and I thought that was really, really one of the big scenes in the movie. So yeah, I thought
She
that
did
was,
really well on that one. Overall, it's a good movie.
yeah. Overall, it's a great movie, and I think it reflects on Philippine culture in so many ways, like we've just talked about, and recommend seeing it. I'm excited for Kim Pao in the future.
Mm,
I know this was their first movie, but I'm excited to see what else they bring to the table.
exactly, and it's worth a 5 hour drive from Maine to Boston. So
It
if you have,
certainly was, and I'm sure we'll make more trips down there.
yeah, exactly. Thanks so much.
Thanks. Please like and subscribe.